welcome to your guitar lesson with me, Josh Nibbs. In this guitar lesson we're going to be looking at A, B, C, D, E, F, U. It contains 4 chords in it. We're going to learn what these chords are and a few different ways to play these chords just to make it sound a little bit more interesting when we're playing along. If you haven't already, I'd really appreciate if you could like the video and subscribe too. You'll get weekly guitar lessons with me and we cover so many different songs and techniques. So the very first chord in this song is an E power chord. So we're going to be playing this on the 7th fret of the A string, and then you can use your little finger or your 3rd finger on the 9th fret of your D string. This is what those strings should sound like when they're both pressed down. And what we want to do is hit both of the strings. But what we're looking to do with all of these chords that we're going to play in the verse, we are going to palm mute. So palm mute is where we rest our right hand, or if you're left-handed then you would rest your left hand, on the bridge of your guitar, and then this produces a muted sound. We don't want our hand to go too far over, otherwise it completely mutes it and it just sounds pretty terrible, to be honest. So let's move it back over to the bridge. Nice mute in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to play this chord 8 times. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take that shape and move it all the way up to the 11th fret. So our first finger is on the 11th fret A and our 3rd finger is on the 13th fret of the D string. And we're going to play it 8 times palm muted too. So let's put those 2 chords together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a quick movement from 7 up to 11. Then we're going to go all the way down to the 4th fret on our A. So our little finger, our 3rd finger is on the 6th fret of the D. Again, we're going to play it 8 times. And once more, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our very last chord is an A power chord, which we're going to play down here. Okay, so we've got an open A string, and then we've got our 1st finger on the 2nd fret of our D string. You can bar your finger down and play the 2nd fret of the G string as well. Again, we're going to play it 8 times muted. So if we put our chord progression together, it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now up to the tempo, it will be more like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. So for the pre-chorus, we're going to be playing each chord 7 times. 6 are going to be palm muted and the very last one will be open. What I mean by open is that we're going to essentially remove our hand off the bridge, and that means we get that open chord. So it sounds like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do that on each of the chords. So the chords are exactly the same as the verse, we're just playing it a little bit differently. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then once more, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the second time round of the pre-chorus chords, we've got our E, which is exactly the same, so 6 palm muted and 1 open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up to our 11th fret, again exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then when we go to our C sharps, that's our 4th fret A power chord, we're only going to play it 4 times. And then this is where she starts her alphabet all the way up to F, U. And then that's where the chorus comes in. So for the chorus, again, we're going to play something a little bit different. just to make it a bit more interesting rather than just playing the same thing over and over again. So we're going to play our 7th fret power chord again, but we're going to play it 4 times now. So it will be like this. Okay, so that's going to go with our vocals. So A, B, C, D, F, U, like that. So we play that E chord 4 times. Then we're going to go to a G sharp power chord, but rather than go up to the 11th fret on the A string, we're going to go up to the 4th fret on the low E. So our first finger is on the 4th fret low E, and our little finger or 3rd finger is on the 6th fret of the D. Again, we're going to play it 4 times. And then we're going to move it down onto the 4th fret of the A string. Little finger's now on the 6th fret of the D, play it 4 times. And then the final chord is our A chord like in the verse, but we're going to play it up here now. So first finger on the 5th fret of the low E, and then 3rd or little finger on the 7th fret of our A. You guessed it, we're going to play it 4 times. So this is played twice in the chorus. So the verses and the choruses, pre-choruses and post-choruses are all exactly the same for the rest of the tracks. I've linked a chord chart below so you can see what the sections are and also the chords that go with them.